Thanks, Susie. Still sort of have my sanity. Alright, any requests? No? Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, whatever you want. You can do that, whatever you were doing last week. Because you was feeling froggy. Alright, we'll start in our seated position. Letting our spines become nice and long. Gently closing the eyes. And bringing all of your focus and attention inward to your breath. Letting the mind become calm and still. And washing away any cares and worries of the day. Begin by warming up our neck, shoulders, and spine with the breath, inhaling through the nose and exhaling, bringing the chin towards the chest, elongating the back of the neck. Inhale, back to center. And exhale, bringing the head back, lifting the chin towards the sky, stretching the front of the neck. Still keeping your spine long. Only tipping the head back as far as is comfortable for you. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, turn the head to the right, extending your chin over your right shoulder. Inhale, back to center. And exhale, turning all the way over to the left side. Inhale, back to center. And exhale, bring the right ear towards your right shoulder. Still sitting up tall, shoulders are down and relaxed. Stretching the left side of the neck. And now extend that left arm diagonally towards the ground, really lengthening out through the fingertips. Inhale, bring fingertips up. And exhale, pressing the palm out, stretching the forearm. And then inhaling again, bringing the hand to the knee and your head back to center. Take an extra inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, bringing left ear towards left shoulder. Again, keeping shoulders relaxed. Feeling that nice stretch along the right side of the neck. And now extend that right arm. Inhale, bring the fingertips up, and exhale, press the palm out. Next inhale, bring the hand to the knee and your head back to center. And now warming up the shoulders with some shoulder rolls towards the back. Starting with just small circles and then gradually increasing the circle size. Using the breath here as well, inhaling, shoulders up to the ears, and then exhale, press back and down. Just let go of all of that stress and tension you might be holding here. And then reversing the direction. Nice big circles. And then slowly making your circles smaller. And now inhaling, both arms forward. And exhale, take the right hand towards the left shoulder and then press that right arm across. Make sure you're sitting up tall, shoulders are still down. Inhale, arms come forward. And exhale, left hand towards the right shoulder and gently press the left arm across. And then release, taking the back of the hands, pressing gently into the ground, warming up the wrists. And then releasing, counter stretching by gently pulling back the fingertips. And then switching to the other hand. And now rotating wrists in one direction and then the other. And bringing both hands down on either side. We'll inhale, both arms overhead, lengthening the spine. And as you exhale, bring that right hand forward, left hand back, and just taking a gentle spinal twist here. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale, twisting towards the right, left hand coming forward, right hand back. And one more time on each side, inhaling, arms up. Exhale to the left. Inhale up. And exhale to the right. Inhale overhead. And one more exhale, bringing the hands back down. And bringing our hands just below the knees. Stretching the spine on an inhale. Really lengthen and open up the chest, slightly arching back. And then exhale, rounding the spine to a seated cat. Tuck the tailbone and tuck the chin. Inhale, lift and lengthen the spine. Exhale, rounding. And one more time, inhale. And exhale. Holding here in your seated cat. And then bringing the body all the way around to the side, across the front. Making big circular movements with the entire spine. And then reversing the direction. To center. And coming onto our hands and knees. Making sure all your joints are aligned. Wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And further warming up the spine with our cat and cow pose. Inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the chin to cow pose. And exhale, tucking the tailbone and the chin to cat. And continuing slowly with your breath through cat and cow. Moving with the breath. Letting that movement start at the tailbone and end at the crown of the head. And then bringing everything back to a neutral spine. Taking your right heel and pressing it behind you, flexing that foot, really pull that belly button in and then extend that left arm. Holding, really lengthen through the fingertips, press out through that back heel. And then releasing the arm, keep the leg extended and cross that right leg over towards the left and take your gaze towards that extended leg, stretching the right side. And then bringing everything back to center and bring your right foot all the way out to the side. Coming on to that supported left knee. Take a side stretch here. So as you inhale, bring that right arm up and lower the left hand down to the side. And then you can extend that pose by lifting the right leg and flex that right heel so that you're really feeling it in the right hip. And then bringing everything back to center, coming back down onto the hands and knees, and bringing that right foot back to its place. And then doing the same with the left, flexing that left foot, pressing that left foot strongly behind you, really pull that belly button in. Gaze should be directly down at the ground, and then add balance to the pose by extending the right arm. Really lengthen through the limbs. And taking nice big breaths here. And then releasing the hand, keep that leg extended, and cross it towards the left. Take your gaze towards the extended leg, or towards the right, sorry.
In this case.
3 off there. And then releasing and swinging that left leg all the way out to the left side, working your way carefully up onto that right knee. Inhale, bring the left arm up. And then as you exhale, lowering onto the right hand as that left leg comes up. And then really stretch out through that extended leg, pressing out through that heel. And then bringing that leg back down, inhaling back to center, lowering the hands, centering the feet, and then sitting back onto the heels to our child's pose, either knees together or apart. Letting the fingertips walk away from the crown of the head, really stretching into the shoulders. And use child's pose to rest whenever you need to take a break. And slowly coming back on to our knees, tucking the toes to stretch our feet, sitting back onto the heels. And here again, really just coming back as far as is comfortable for you. And taking the hands, clasping the hands behind the back, opening up the chest, letting the shoulder blades come back and slightly down. And then bringing the chin towards the chest. And releasing the hands, coming forward to our tabletop again, keeping the feet tucked, and then gently lifting the hips to our downward dog. Still warming up the body here, so just be nice and gentle with your downward dog. And then taking one heel down and then the other, walking the feet, stretching the calves. And then bringing both heels towards the ground. Then walking your feet towards your hands and your hands towards your feet. Coming into ragdoll, holding on to opposite elbows. Just let that upper body hang nice and loosely over the legs. Feeling a nice stretch along the back of the legs. And then releasing your hands. Keeping the belly button tucked in towards the spine, slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. And a very long, slow inhale, coming back up to standing. Letting the head be the last thing that comes up. And when you're all the way up, bringing the feet hip width apart. And then inhaling, arms forward. As you exhale, bring that right arm back, twisting just the upper body. So really keep those hips square to the front. Inhale, arm forward. And then bringing that left hand back. And exhale forward. And then just doing a couple more on each side. Working with your own breathing. Maybe coming up onto your toes if you'd like. With every twist, challenge the balance. And once both sides are equally finished, coming into our mountain pose, letting the feet be either hip width apart or together. Toes are spread, crown of the head reaching for the sky, shoulders are back and down, fingertips extend towards the ground. And just take a nice couple deep breaths here. And with your next inhale, bring arms overhead. Grab hold of your right wrist. Really lengthen that spine. And as you exhale, arcing over to the left. Inhale, back to center. Grab hold of the left wrist. And as you exhale, arcing over to the right. Inhale, back to center. Really lengthen. And as you exhale, if you want, you can rotate those wrists again, coming down. And we'll head to the top for our sun salutations. Sun, please come. Forgotten what it looks like. So starting with hands at heart center. And just take an extra breath, bringing your focus and attention back to your breathing. And with your next inhale, bring arms overhead, lengthening the spine. And exhale, swan dive forward, nice flat back as you come down. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthening the spine. Exhale, step back right, and then left to plank. Keeping elbows nice and close against the body, lowering down slowly. Inhale to cobra. Tuck the toes, exhale, downward dog. And pause here for 3 nice big breaths. Really relaxing the heels down, lifting the hips. Letting the shoulders come towards the thighs. And then stepping forward with the left foot and then the right. Inhale, lifting halfway, lengthening the spine. Exhale, standing forward fold, bring the head towards the knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive, come back to standing with a nice flat back. And going right into the next one. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back left and then right to plank. Lower down slowly. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, downward dog. And breathe. And now stepping forward with the right foot and then the left. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen the spine. Exhale, standing forward fold, head towards the knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive, come back to standing. And exhale right into the next one. Flat back coming down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back right and then left to plank. Lower down slowly, elbows stay close. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, downward dog. And pausing here for 3 big breaths. And then stepping forward with the left foot and then the right. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen the spine. Exhale, standing forward, fold, head towards the knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive, come back to standing. And exhale, hands to heart center. Pausing for just a couple extra breaths before we move on. And we'll do our B salutation, adding chair pose and warrior one. So inhaling, sitting back into chair. Exhale, hands to heart center, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, stepping back right, and then left to plank. Lowering down slowly. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right leg forward. Back heel comes down and inhale up to warrior one. Exhale, hands back down. Step the right foot back to plank. Lowering down slowly. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left leg forward, back heel down. Inhale, arms up to warrior one. Exhale, hands come back down. Step the left foot back to plank. Lowering down slowly. Inhale to cobra. And exhale, downward dog. And holding here for 3 big breaths. now stepping forward, walking the feet forward, or jumping both feet forward together. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, standing forward fold, head towards the knees. And now bending the knees. Inhale, swing the arms overhead to chair. Take another inhale to standing. And exhale, hands back to heart center. And there's our sun salutations. Maybe we should do some more. All right, we'll come to our standing poses, starting with tree. So finding your center on your right leg. Really get that foot rooted, stretching the spine nice and long. And then taking your time after you've focused your eyes on one spot, placing that left foot somewhere along that standing leg, whether it's at the ankle, at the calf, or somewhere above the knee. Maybe bringing hands to heart center. And only if you're ready and your body's asking for it, bringing hands overhead. Releasing the arms, and releasing the legs. And then coming on to the other side. Again, feel nice and grounded in that left foot. Find your spot to focus on. And then carefully placing that right foot wherever it needs to go for you for today. And that might change from day to day, so just accept wherever your body's at on any given day. And then with your own time, extending the arms if you choose. Releasing the arms, and releasing the legs. Nice. Beautiful forest. Alright, let's see. How about we'll just do our one-legged squat balance pose. So coming back onto our right leg. And then flexing that left foot, bending that right knee, and then bring the ankle just above that knee, and focus here is really opening up the knee, so trying to press that knee open as much as possible, and then sinking as far down into that standing leg as you can, really pooching the bottom out so that you're really feeling it in that left hip. Hands can come to heart center. If you'd like, you can extend the arms. So take it to a forward fold if you like, keeping the leg up, bringing the hands down, folding forward. Lots of variations here. And then slowly coming back up. You can actually also go into a arm balance from there. Did we ever try that?
Oh, you have to watch it.
I don't know if I could do it anymore, but I'll try. It's actually my other side would be better. But, so come down, and you bring your ankle to the right elbow, and then so it's kind of like crow, a variation of crow. You can either have your leg extended or bent if you're wanting to practice arm balances. Just another one. If you want to play around with that. after I'm gone. So we'll come on to the other side. Again, get nice and rooted. And then flexing that right foot, bending the right knee. And again, really focusing on opening the knee up so that the stretch comes into that right hip. And then sinking down as low as you can. And really focus on keeping that foot flexed. That helps with the stretch. And again, choosing where you want your hands to go. And taking any other variations that you choose. Actually, I'm going to do it from the other side. It's my better one. Yeah, I'm not going to try it. And then slowly work your way. Okay, we'll come back to the top. Working through our warrior sequences. Starting again with hands at heart center. And with your next inhale, bring arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Nice long spine. Exhale, stepping back right and left to plank. Pause here, holding our plank. Really pulling those abdominals in. Creating length from the crown of the head to the heels. Taking nice deep breaths. And one more nice big inhale. As you exhale, bring the knees down. Take a couple breath rest in child's pose. And you decide where your arms go. Keeping them extended or resting them back by the heels. And then coming forward again, hands and knees. Tucking the toes and lifting the hips to downward dog. And step forward with the left foot. Let that back heel come down. And then windmill the arms up to warrior two. Making sure your knee is right over that ankle. Shoulders are relaxed, arms are extending. And the gaze is right over those front fingertips. And then releasing that back hand, flip that front palm, inhale to reverse warrior. Really sink into that right shoulder. Opening up the front left side of the body. Still keeping that front knee bent. Inhale, back to warrior two. Straightening that front leg, inhale. As you exhale, extend. And then come down to our triangle. Bringing that left arm down, right arm up, and opening up that right shoulder. And then just rotating the upper body, let the feet stay right where they are. Airplane wings with the arms to the side. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, bringing the right arm down, twisting into reverse triangle. Left arm comes up. And then exhale, bring that right arm down. So you have your hands on either side of that front foot. Step in with that back foot, shortening the stance so your feet should be about 2 feet apart or so. Setting up for a pyramid pose. Inhale, lengthen the spine as you exhale, folding over that left leg. Now you should feel the stretch along the back of the left leg. And bending the front leg, take a nice big step back. And then inhale, arms straight up to warrior one. Open up to warrior two. And then windmill the arms all the way back down. Step the left foot back to plank. And pause here, holding in our plank. Again, pulling those abdominals in. Nice, strong core here. Really focus on your breathing most of all. And taking one more nice big inhale. As you exhale, lowering the knees down. And taking another short rest in child's pose. Just letting everything go. And then coming forward onto the hands and knees. Tucking the toes. And pressing back to downward dog. And take a big step forward with the right foot. Let that back heel come down and windmill the arms up to warrior two on the other side. And then releasing that back hand, flip the front palm, inhale, reverse warrior. So just keeping the legs right where they were. Just shifting the upper body. Inhale, back to warrior two. Straightening that front knee, another nice big inhale. As you exhale, extending just slightly, and then bringing that right arm down, and the left arm up to triangle on the other side. Again, shoulder stays back on the left. Want a really flat plane with the body. And keep your legs where they are. Rotate upper body forward, extending the arms to the side. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, continuing that rotation, left arm comes down and right arm up to reverse triangle. And then exhale, releasing that right arm. Step that back foot in, creating a small stance for our pyramid pose. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and as you exhale, lowering over that front leg. And now bending that front knee. Take another big step back with the left leg, and inhale the arms straight up to warrior one. So our hips are forward, shoulders are forward. Arms either extended, or you can always have your hands at heart center in warrior one if the arms get tired. Your gaze can be up at the sky or straight ahead. And then opening to warrior two. And windmill back down. Step right foot back. And this time lowering the left knee. We'll work on our side plank. So bringing the left hand to center. Let that left foot swing out to the side, and then inhale the right arm up. Keeping that right leg extended. And you can either stay supported here in a modified side angle, or side plank, sorry, or extend that bottom leg. And the feet can either be stacked or one in front of the other. And then releasing, bringing the knees down. And just taking another short rest. Giving those shoulders and arms a break. And then coming forward again. This time centering the right hand, taking that right foot out, and then inhale, extend the left leg, extend that left arm, and you stay modified here or extend that bottom leg. And really think of lifting the hips up. And your gaze can be up at the sky, straight ahead, or down at the ground. And then releasing, coming forward again, and resting in child's pose one more time. And coming forward to our hands and knees, tucking the toes, and lifting to downward dog. And from here we're going to raise our right leg, coming into a three-legged dog. And if you'd like to open up, flexing that foot, bending that right knee, and then just let that heel drop behind you. So you still want to have your shoulders square to the front of the mat, and you're just opening up the hip. Keeping the knee lifted as much as possible. And then straightening that right leg. And then coming forward, we're going to come to our pigeon pose, so bringing the right knee towards the right wrist, and then extending that back foot straight, and really making sure your hips are square. You don't want to fall into that hole to the right or stay too far to the left. You want to be right on top of the hips. And then once you're centered, slowly, lowering the upper body and resting the head on either a block, on your stacked fists, maybe on the hands, or all the way down on the mat. And really relax into the pose. Really release any tension, relaxing the hips, and really just let gravity do the work for you here. And then slowly walking your way back up, supporting with the hands. If you want to take an extended pose, I can't really demonstrate this one, but you can bend that back foot up and then grab hold of the foot with your left hand. Anybody wants to try that? So your right knee is still bent. This is just too hard for my knee, but you can come. You really feel it in your thigh, yes.
Yeah.
But you have to be careful so that you're not on the top of your knee. Yeah, that's why I don't do it, because you really should be more on this part of the knee, not on the top of the knee. And then eventually you bring the leg all the way up to your head. Okay, so carefully coming out of this pose, tucking that back foot, and then stepping back to downward dog. And then just shifting hips from side to side. And then coming back into our downward dog. And then we'll do our three-legged dog on the other side. So inhaling, left leg up. If you'd like to open it up, flex that left foot, bend the left knee, and open up the hip. Taking that heel behind you. Lifting the knee as high as possible. Still keeping shoulders square to the front. Just opening up the hip. And then extending the leg. And then bringing that left knee forward towards the left wrist. And then same thing, making sure your hips are square. Can you bring you guys are okay, your foot a little bit to the left? Or is that hurt your knee?
Okay.
Yeah. Because you want it more like on an angle. unless that bothers your knee. Okay. Because then eventually you work your heel all the way so that your from your knee to your ankle can be straight across.
Really?
Yes. I mean, that's the eventual goal. But that's a
After hip replacement surgery.
yeah, something. This pose is really, really great for the hips, but you have to be very careful of the knees. So I'm going to take a alternate. And again, just really relax the body over that left knee, sinking into the hips, and just try to release any of that tension that's stored there. Really breathing into the stretch. And then slowly bringing the upper body back up. And if you'd like to try bending that back knee up, grabbing hold of the ankle, it's an option. It's a little bit awkward, but it looks really nice when you can do it. And then taking your time, coming back down, coming up onto that back toe, and then carefully stepping that left foot back to our downward dog. And just walking up the heels. And then releasing both heels, centering your hips again. And then taking a big step forward with the left foot. Back heel comes down, and windmilling all the way back up to warrior two. Straightening that front leg, bringing everything forward to our five-pointed star. Hands can come to the waist. Inhale, arcing back just slightly, open up the chest. As you exhale, hinging forward at the hips, leading with the heart. Really keep that spine nice and long here. And about halfway down, releasing the hands. Bringing the hands between the feet, and then releasing the head down. Really feeling a nice stretch in the back of the legs. Inhale, coming up halfway, maybe being out of blocks here. Taking that right hand just below the face, centering. And inhale, twisting gently to the left, lifting that left arm. Exhale, left hand comes back down to center, and inhale, the right arm up. Exhale, back down. And one more time, inhale, left arm up. Exhale, down. And right arm up. Exhaling back down. Did we do a headstand from here?
You did.
Did I? Do you want to try it again? If not, then you can come back down. Or come back up. I'm going to go ahead and do it again. Do you want to try it, Linda? I know you weren't here last time. So you bring the head down.
I'm on my head. Yay! As far as I'm going.
That's good. That's a good start. And then bringing your hands to the hips and slowly working your way back up with a nice flat back. And then bring the heels in, setting up for our goddess warrior pose, so making sure your knees are adjusted right over the feet. Hands can come up. What's that? Fun.
Salutations.
It works. And then bending at the elbows, opening up the hands to the skies, and then sitting down into your goddess warrior squat. So really making sure the knees are in the same line as the ankles. Nice. And then just tucking that pelvis slightly so that your back isn't too arched. And inhale, coming back up, and then walking your feet all the way together. And we'll go ahead and come down. Sorry. Coming all the way down to our staff pose. So flexing the feet, engaging all the leg muscles, taking the palms, pressing in to the ground beside the hips. Really pull those abs in, lengthening the spine, and taking a few nice deep breaths here. And then releasing, shaking out the legs. Excuse me. And then engaging the legs one more time. Pull the toes towards you, and this time inhale, arms overhead. Nice long spine. As you exhale, hinging forward, let the hands drop. Wherever they land is perfect. And then bring your focus to your spine. So as you inhale, nice long spine. As you exhale, hinging forward just a little bit more. So inhale, lengthening. Exhale, hinging. And once you've gone as far as you can for today, then relaxing the head down and just holding the pose. Being conscious of where those tight areas are, and breathe into that area and see if you can release that tension with your exhale. And then slowly walking your way back up. And then bending the knees. We'll do a few abdominal exercises. Holding onto the back of the legs. And then shifting your weight back onto your sits bones. And really here think of lengthening again through the spine. Bringing the feet up to eye level. And maybe this is as far as you go, and that's okay. As long as you're pulling those abdominals in, you're doing it. Maybe extending the arms, and maybe extending the legs. Or just finding a variation that works for you. And breathe here. Key is really focusing on the breath. And one more inhale. And exhale, release. Okay. Let's go ahead and inhale the arms forward. And as you exhale, again, pulling the abdominals in, vertebrae by vertebrae, coming down onto the spine. And once the spine touches, releasing full body stretch, extend the arms, extend the legs. And then bringing the knees towards the chest, hugging the knees, rocking gently side to side, massaging the spine. And then extending the legs up towards the sky, the easy inversion pose. So this is just like when we're in our staff pose. So really engaging the legs, pull those toes towards you, abdomen comes in. And this right here is already engaging the legs, engaging the abs, even if you do nothing else. But keeping all those muscles engaged, we'll reach our arm, right arm to the opposite ankle, And then just taking a gentle twist, just kind of going from side to side, but the whole time keeping the legs engaged, keeping the arm or the abdominals engaged. Exhaling every time you reach up. Inhale when you come back down. And then release, bringing the knees back in. And then bringing the heels down, setting up for our bridge pose. So the heels should be about fingertips, where the fingertips are. Knees and ankles are in line with the hips. Bringing the hands just beside the hips. And as you inhale, lifting the hips and pressing the hands and the arms into the ground. So really lift those hips. Should have your legs engaged here. Pressing the knees towards each other but not touching. So pretend like you have a ball or a block between the knees that you're trying to hold up. If you'd like to go further into the pose, you can clasp the hands and walk onto the tops of the shoulders. Making sure the neck always stays in line with the spine. You don't want to look from side to side in this pose. And then releasing the hands at the clasp. And then releasing, coming down vertebrae by vertebrae. And then bringing the knees back in. And then keeping the right knee in and extending the left leg out. Grabbing hold of the outside of the left knee with, the right knee with the left hand and extending that right arm out to the side. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, bringing the right knee towards the left. And then just take that left hand on the top of the knee, not really pressing, but just using it as an extra little weight here. Now the right hip will come up, but the shoulders should both stay down. And then maybe taking your gaze towards the right, adding a little more of a twist in the spine. And inhale back to center. And then this time, keeping that right foot flexed, extend the left arm out to the side, and then just lower the knee towards the right, so opening up the hip in the other direction. And inhale back to center, and let the left knee join the right. Extend that right leg. Grab hold of the left knee with the right hand, extending that left arm. Inhale. And as you exhale, let the left knee come towards the right. Again, twisting gently. Right shoulder stays down. Maybe taking your gaze over towards the left. Nice deep breaths. And then inhale back to center. Bring that left arm up, grabbing hold of the left knee. Extend the right arm. Inhale. Exhale, keeping that left foot flexed. Opening the knee to the left. And then inhaling both legs together. One more hug. And then grabbing hold of the big toes, coming into our happy baby pose, opening up the inner thigh and groin. Heels come towards the sky as the knees gently pull down to the ground. And if your baby wants to rock, rocking side to side if your spine is okay with that. And then bringing everything back together. And finding your final relaxation pose, coming into your comfortable Shavasana. Making sure the body is comfortable, whatever position you decide to rest in, whether you're on your side, or on your back, or even in a seated position, making sure the body feels comfortable. Taking a moment to scan the body, noticing any areas that might still be holding tension, breathing into that area and releasing the tension with your exhale. Letting the body become heavy, sinking into the ground. And gently bringing all of your focus to your breath, letting all those outside thoughts stay outside for just a few moments longer. Finding that special place in your heart, that place that brings you love and joy and happiness. Focus on this wonderful place and your breath until you hear the sound of 3 bell tones and my voice again. Bringing your focus back into the room. Bringing gentle movements back to the body by wiggling fingers and toes. Moving the head from side to side. And stretching arms and legs in any way that you'd like. Bringing the knees gently towards the chest, rolling over onto the right side, and just pausing here for just a couple extra breaths. And with the help of the hands, gently pressing the body back up to a sitting position. And taking a moment to notice how your body feels. And take this calm feeling with you as you carry on with the remainder of your day. And start your day and every day in the same calm, relaxed way. And Also taking a moment to say thank you to your body for bringing you here today and helping you through your yoga practice. Gently open the eyes and inhale, arms overhead. Exhale as we bring sunshine into our hearts.